Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to completely master the passive voice in just about 3 minutes. It is a massive building block in English grammar, so let's jump right in.
Listen closely to this active sentence. People speak English around the world. Okay, now compare it to the passive version. English is spoken around the world. Did you catch that? You can literally feel the shift in focus.
Think of a sentence like a stage, and the passive voice is your theater spotlight. Instead of shining that light on the actor, the people, we're swinging it right over to highlight the action itself, or the receiver, which in this case is English.
Now, creating this structure is honestly just like solving a super simple math equation. Your basic formula is the verb be plus V3, the past participle of your main verb. If you lock this formula in your head, you can build absolutely any passive sentence.
Here's the trick to making that formula work seamlessly. That V3 part, it stays exactly the same. But our verb be is kind of like a grammatical chameleon. It completely transforms its shape depending on if the action is happening in the past, present, or future.
Let's take a super quick tour through the tenses to see this in action. In present simple, people clean turns into is cleaned. Jump to past simple, and they built shifts perfectly to was built. See how that be verb is changing? It even works with modals. We must protect simply becomes must be protected.
Okay, so seeing the end result is great, but how do we actually take this theory and apply it? Like, what are the exact mechanics of transforming an everyday active sentence into a passive one?
Well, there are just 3 incredibly easy steps. Step 1, you take the object and move it right to the front. Step 2, you choose the correct form of our chameleon verb, be. And step 3, you change your main verb into that V3 form. Let's actually test out this 3-step method together. Take a classic active sentence like, students clean the classroom every day. Here, the students are obviously our actors, and the classroom is our object. Starting with step 1, we're going to grab our object, the classroom, and move it all the way to the very beginning of the sentence. We are physically shifting that spotlight to make it the brand new star of the show. So now we start with the classroom.
Right now for those final 2 mathematical steps. Since our original sentence was in the present simple tense, our chameleon be verb needs to become is. And for step 3, our main verb, clean, simply changes to its V3 form, which is cleaned. And when you put it all together, look at that! We flawlessly went from our active starting point, students clean the classroom every day, right to our polished passive finish. The classroom is cleaned every day. You literally just applied the formula.
Now, you might be wondering, what if we still want to give those original actors a little bit of credit? Well, we can easily do that by tacking on the word by at the end of the sentence to show exactly who did the action.
A perfect example of this is from literature. Shakespeare wrote Hamlet is completely active. But if we want the focus to be entirely on the play itself, we flip it and say, Hamlet was written by Shakespeare. Using by neatly reattaches the famous author to the action without stealing the spotlight. However, here is a really crucial exception. You don't always need that by phrase. If the person who did the action is unknown or unimportant, or just plain obvious, you can drop them entirely. Think about this absolute classic scenario. My bike was stolen. We naturally use the passive voice here because, well, we literally don't know who the thief is. Adding by somebody is totally useless information. The fact that the bike is missing is the only part that actually matters.
Okay, before we wrap up this explainer, let's lock all of this in with one final, super simple rule of thumb so you never forget the difference.
It comes down to this core logic. Active means someone does something. People make coffee in Brazil. Passive means something is done. Coffee is made in Brazil. It's just that elegant shift from the act of doing to the state of being done.
So, let's quickly recap the 3 golden rules you need to take away today. Number 1, the passive voice puts the focus on the action or the receiver. Number 2, your core formula is always be plus V3. And number 3, the transformation process is simple. Move the object, choose your be verb, and change the main verb to V3.
And honestly, that is the whole shebang. You've completely decoded the passive voice. So now that you have this incredibly useful formula in your back pocket, what active sentences are you going to transform today? Get out there and try it. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. Stay curious, and I'll catch you next time.